Imagine getting a so-called upgrade that actually makes your phone worse. That's exactly what might be happening with OnePlus' next flagship. According to a fresh leak, OnePlus is testing a display with a whopping 165Hz refresh rate, the highest the company has ever tried. Sounds great on paper, right? But here's the catch, it could come with a downgrade in resolution. And that's where things get messy. This information comes from the reliable leaker Digital Chat Station, who claims the tests are being done on a mid-range phone with a flat 1.5 display. Now, even though it's supposedly a mid-tier model, OnePlus has a habit of introducing new tech on its flagship first, so there's a real chance we'll see this on the upcoming OnePlus 15, and the timing lines up. Earlier rumors already suggested the OnePlus 15 would drop from the OnePlus 13's 6.82-inch 2000 panel to a slightly smaller 6.78-inch 1.5 display. Combine that with today's leak, and it's looking more and more like we're headed for a high refresh rate but lower resolution screen. On paper, 165Hz sounds like a gamer's dream. In reality, the difference between 120Hz, which you'll find on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, iPhone 16 Pro, and Pixel 9 Pro, and 165Hz is barely noticeable for most people in everyday use. Scrolling through social media or watching videos isn't suddenly going to feel life-changing. Where you might see a benefit is in fast-paced games, but even then, you need both the hardware and software to make full use of it. And here's another problem. OnePlus Oxygenos has never been particularly great at managing variable refresh rates. Even their current 120Hz panels often don't run at full speed unless the situation demands it, meaning you might not even consistently hit that 165Hz in real-world use. So we're looking at a potential downgrade in sharpness without a dramatic boost in actual performance. That's why this upgrade could actually be a step backwards for the overall user experience. A lower resolution means less pixel density, so text and images might not look as crisp. If you're watching high-resolution videos or reading a lot of fine text, you'll notice the difference. And unless you're the kind of person who notices every single frame, a competitive mobile shooter, the higher refresh rate just won't make up for it. This wouldn't be the first time a manufacturer has gone after big numbers to stand out. On a spec sheet, some devices from China already boast refresh rates over 140 Hz, but the practical benefit is marginal at best. It's more of a marketing brag than a game-changing feature. Interestingly, the rumored OnePlus A6, which will likely serve as the base for the OnePlus 15R, is also said to have a 1.5 display and could be the real test bed for this new tech. Last year's A5 became the OnePlus 13R, which was praised as a flagship killer thanks to its balance of performance and price. If the A6 gets this display first, OnePlus might be gauging reaction before locking it into their true flagship. Still, if these leaks hold up, the decision raises a big question. Is OnePlus chasing the wrong kind of progress? Consumers generally value resolution over refresh rate. Once you get past 120Hz, a crisp, high-resolution panel has a clear impact on every single thing you do on your phone. Pushing refresh rates beyond that sweet spot risks draining the battery faster without delivering a proportional boost in experience. In the competitive flagship space, numbers alone don't win. Samsung, Apple, and Google have all stuck to 120Hz on their top models for a reason. It's the point where most users feel the smoothness without killing efficiency or display quality. And that's with the kind of software optimization these brands are known for. OnePlus, on the other hand, might be falling into the trap of bigger numbers must be better, even if they're not. If they can't nail the software side of variable refresh rates, this could end up being more of a headline feature than a meaningful upgrade. Sure, it'll look good in marketing materials. 165Hz sounds faster than 120Hz, but if it comes at the cost of resolution, sharpness, and battery life, users might feel like they've traded something genuinely useful for something they barely notice. Of course, leaks don't always translate to final products. OnePlus could still change course before launch or limit the 165Hz panel to a specific model while keeping their flagships at higher resolutions. But given the consistency between the earlier resolution rumors and this latest refresh rate leak, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the direction they're heading. So, will OnePlus actually pull the trigger on this change? If they do, we could be looking at one of the more controversial upgrades in recent smartphone history. One that might excite spec chasers, but leave everyday users wondering why their new flagship feels just a little less sharp than before. Because at the end of the day, no matter how fast the screen can refresh, it's what you see on it that really matters. And if that's not as crisp as it used to be, then the upgrade might not be much of an upgrade at all. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.